Hello everyone, it's Serpent, and welcome to the first episode of a mini-series. As you can see, as you can see, we are in a random world, and it's not actually so random, because this is actually something I've been working on for quite a while, just not on camera at all. It's a theme park, which you can probably tell, but I haven't released this to the public yet, and I haven't shown anyone. It's so far just been confined to the confines of this room, and I want to finish it up because I sort of stopped working on it a little bit when I started YouTube because I had other things to do, and so I want to finish it up and I want to release it to the public so that people can play on it and have fun, because that was always the goal. And then I also want to show you around the place because I want to do a little tour so people know what they're getting into if they, I don't know, if they want to do that before they download the map. So, this map is divided into 4 sections. We have the general section, parkour, puzzles, and TNT related. Aha, best one by far. Anyway, so I think I'll walk through them one by one, and then we can actually get started with making them, or with making a new one after that, depending on whether that's in a new episode, another episode, or later in this one. We may or may not actually get anything done. So, I thought I would start with the puzzle section, because that's the shortest, only 3 of them in fact. Most of them are in that one over there, the general section. So, as we walk down this beautiful path, there's this cross-section over here. And with each game, I have a chest with a rule book. This one's Codebreaker, so there's the rule book for Codebreaker. And then also these. And whoever wins the game, I'm assuming you're going to be doing this with more than one person, gets the nether star, and whoever loses gets the stick. I guess if there's more than 2 people, that there aren't enough sticks to go around. Also, I forgot this. This is the one you start with, or this is where you start, the chest, and then there are a bunch of rules and stuff books. Clouds should be off, use the following commands, and then set difficulty to hard unless instructed otherwise. The winner gets the nether star, the loser gets the stick. And this map was made for 2 players. That it was. I also might throw my name in there a couple times because, yeah. Anyway, so this is Codebreaker. Pick a side and go in. Your goal is to progress through all the rooms before your opponent. Once you go to the last room, flick the lever in the tunnel. It will teleport you back here and dump lava in all the rooms. And the other guy doesn't get teleported back. So, essentially, here's the lava dumper. Essentially, you want to figure out the code that will get you through this door. I don't think this will take... So I'm going to try not to spoil the codes because they don't change. But you can see that if you get it wrong, nothing happens, and if you get it right, you go through. And it progresses steadily with difficulty. 4 levers there, 5 levers there, 6 levers there, and then that's it. Because more than that does actually take quite a while, because there are a very large number of possibilities at that point. Anyway, so that's that. That's Codebreaker, and this is the first puzzle game. Whoever wins, of course, gets the nether star, loser gets the stick, and then the lava is dumped on the other player. So, this, I suppose, is the next one. I was going to go into here, but apparently this one is actually closer. This is Craft Off. So, oh, no crafting. Pick a side and go in. Craft the item requested. You will usually need to make a tool to grab higher level resources. When crafted, put the requested tool into the chest. The door will open. Complete next room. Note, you may not use the resources from the previous room to complete the next one faster. When you get to the end, flick the lever to teleport you here and dump lava in all the rooms. Pretty straightforward. Nether star and stick again. So, you can see that in here, we need to craft an arrow. So we have some flint, we've got some wood, and we have chickens. And then you need to make the arrow and plop it in here. and that goes for all the rooms. Same sort of thing. It's not always an arrow. So, gets harder every time. And here is the last puzzle game for the moment. I'm going to be making a trivia one next, regardless of whether this is regardless of whether that's in this episode or the next. Anyway, so flick the lever to begin, no breaking blocks, and once again, so defuse. You get one redstone torch. Inside there's a massive bomb. You need to defuse it before it explodes. You can place the torch anywhere, but if you place it wrong, the bomb could explode. The bomb explodes automatically after the items run out of the hopper. Apparently I got that wrong. Whoops. So, once again take the star if it didn't explode. You may actually need more than one star. Anyway, so you flick the lever when you start, and I'm not going to do that because that could explode. But anyway, here's the bomb, and you can see that there's a whole bunch of random stuff. And when it starts, it actually starts ticking, which is pretty cool. I might actually go through a few of these games actually playing them as well, but I can't do that at the moment because I forgot to make a backup, and I need to do that before I change anything, really. So, here we go with that. That's the ticking, that's defuse. You need to place the redstone torch somewhere in order to defuse the bomb. Pretty cool stuff. So, that's all the puzzle games done. And now, before we go on to any of the other ones, I'm going to quickly make that backup. So, I think the next shortest game, whatever, you get the point. The next shortest section is parkour. These are blocks to help you get around just because of this. The whole thing is actually sort of parkour, not just the parkour courses. Whoops, missed signs. So, don't undo another player's checkpoint, don't punch him either, and flick checkpoint levers only when you get to them, and set your spawn at each race. Those are the general rules. So, at each station there are two tracks, and one person goes for each track. Straightforward enough there. And then there's the name of the course and the difficulty right there, out of 10, I think. Maybe not, but that's the general idea. So, this one is you hop... okay, bad start. I guess I won't probably do these, because they do sort of take a little bit of time. But the idea with the checkpoint system is that once you've gotten somewhere, say here, then you can flick this checkpoint, and instead of having to go through the rest of the race, now you can just jump up here. Pretty good. So, from there, you head up to the top, and there's this checkpoint, and now this is the part where you're not supposed to check the lever before you've actually gotten there, because otherwise you could jump, flick it, and then climb up when you fail. So, there's a checkpoint there, and then you head up through these funny businesses up to here, and then you try and jump down into this hole, and then down into that hole, like that, without dying. And then you get teleported back. If you do that wrong, you die. Okay, so that's the hover parkour. Then desert parkour is over here, and I'm not going to go into as much detail with these, but basically you head on through here, all the way up here. There's a checkpoint over here. If you're wondering, this checkpoint's a little bit confusing, like that, and then you have to go around the side instead of going through the tunnel. Also, you're not allowed to use each other's checkpoints. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I think it seems pretty straightforward, self-explanatory. Cactus parkour, another checkpoint here, then you jump all the way over here, and boom. Okay. Then there are only two more. Over here is the long jump parkour race, difficulty 6. And basically these are mostly 4-block jumps. Then at the end, you have to jump down onto the slime up there and then jump like that. So, once again, that's jump off there onto the slime blocks, up, that bounces you up here, and then you jump onto the platform there and get teleported. So, next is the jungle parkour race, difficulty 9. And essentially you climb up the tree, and then you go over this series of jumps, round here, and up here, and then you climb around over to this place, I think. Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing this right, because if I'm not, then people trying to figure this out could be confused. Yeah, I think you do that. And then you jump onto that one, up there, up there, up there, up around here, onto the bushes, then you climb up this pole, and onto the top of the tree you go. That one's a little bit more confusing, but not so much so that it should be a problem. That's the parkour race section. So, then we get onto the TNT related stuff. Over here, to the left, is, I believe, TNT Spleef 1. Yep. So, place TNT in arena, it will light, blow up your opponent. Pretty good there. And if we just head in, you can see, yeah, it's just a TNT arena, really. Pretty good. Okay. So, let me out. Doors are so much trouble. So, the next thing is, take some ladders to get out. Yeah. Oh, right. Read the book. TNT Rain. Go up, then down onto the anvils. Yeah, okay. So the idea is, yeah, you go up, and then you come back down, and there are the anvils on the ground. Then you shoot the TNT up there, and it will light you shoot the bow, and it will light the TNT up there, which will fall down, and you try and blow the other person up there, blow the other person up like that. And then death from a bow, of course, doesn't count. You have to blow them up via TNT, as one should. Okay, so then there's this one, and essentially a TNT run. This is sort of like the one in Hypixel. You stand on the rim, and then you count down, and when you jump down, when you start, sprint, run, and jump, sand falls very quickly, so you have to jump. Try not to fall. The first person to fall loses. If you're wondering, what happens here is that there's pressure plate and then TNT under the sand, so that when you step on the pressure plate, the TNT lights and the sand falls, and that happens very, very quickly. So you need to be very careful with the running and jumping. So the last person alive wins there. TNT drop. Yeah. So player 1 goes inside the arena, player 2 goes up on top of the platform, and player 2 drops TNT onto player 1 by pressing the pressure plates. Player 1 tries to avoid being blown to smithereens. Yeah, so you run around in the bottom here while someone else goes up there and steps on these pressure plates, launching TNT down. Like that. And you try not to get blown up. Okay. This is a PvP game where, didn't put the book back. That's an important thing. So yeah, TNT terrain, apparently. You take this kit thing with the armor, potions, shield, stuff, and you run around and you try and blow up the other person and fight the other player with the gear provided. The TNT will light when punched. Use this to your advantage. I'm starting to wonder how much I need to explain these, because I've already done that pretty well with the books. Also, if you hear someone walking around, sorry about that. So, TNT Spleef 2. You've got some of this stuff, blast protection and some TNT, and then same rules as the second version. What's the second version? Oh, I skipped one. Okay, whoops. Ignore that. Ignore it. Over here, yeah, so over here is you get a bunch of TNT, some blocks, and some blast protection stuff. Basically, you get gear. So you step on pressure plates and jump up. These give you jump boost big. jump boost 30 there. Step on pressure plates and jump up when you start. Place TNT and blow holes in the ground, causing your opponent to fall. There are several levels, no using blocks to climb back up. If you're above the other player, a good idea is to place a block, then, you lose if you die in any way. So, let me explain that a little bit better, because there's just some stuff I think I might have left out, or that might be confusing. The idea is to blow up the ground beneath the other player so that they fall down a level, and eventually you fall out of the world, and then that person loses. Or if you fall out of the world, you die, and death in any way is a loss. Okay, are we done yet? Okay. Where's the, there, okay. Now we're done. So yeah, this one is the same rules as that, except you place the TNT on the redstone, and then it automatically lights, as opposed to the alternative, which is this one where you try and light it with the stuff provided. Okay, so I'm going to gather my thoughts before we go on to general, which is the biggest by far. General section. So the first one in this section is this, push of war. Yeah, so pick a side, go into the building, and stand on either side of the minecart. Player 1 pushes the minecart towards the blue house, player 2 pushes the minecart towards the green house, and the winner is the one with a non-blown up house. I'll explain that a little. When you push the minecart, well, I'll just show you. So you're standing on either side and you're trying to push the minecart over to the other person's side, and whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Ba-ba-da. Okay, that's a little bit destructive. Perhaps perhaps I need to do something about that. It does blow up the side of this thing a little bit, just a tad. Anyway, oh yeah, okay, this one. This one is. So keep in mind, I built all of this before I knew how to use redstone. It was a long time ago. So 20 minecarts. Yeah. Take a bow and arrows. Take some minecarts. Stand on the quartz. Press the wooden button here, and flick the left lever. This one. Shoot the minecarts. Minecarts come out. I'll do this all once I'm done explaining it, so, or reading the book. Shoot the minecarts. If one of the minecarts doesn't fall into the hoppers when shot, pause the timer by flicking the right lever, then put the minecart into the minecart chest, which is this one, the minecart chest. Do not put extras. Seriously, putting extras breaks the game. No, really, it does. Yeah. So, stand on the quartz and press the wooden button and flip. Yeah. Then put the minecart into the minecart chest, then unpause and keep shooting. Unpause by unflicking that lever. Yeah, so when all the minecarts are shot or accounted for, you will hear pistons firing. When that happens, flick the right lever to pause the timer. To see the time, walk to the right of the chests and look in the hopper. It measures to a maximum of 3 minutes, 40 seconds. To reset the timer, put both levers in the upright position and wait. Once the timer is reset, the pistons have fire. You can play again. Play with the player with the lower time wins. That's that. So I'm going to attempt to show you this. I believe you click this button and pull this lever, right? Okay, I am getting a little bit of lag. I'm also really good at this. You can tell. Good grief. Yeah, I won. Okay. In all fairness, I am getting a bit of lag here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. I'll go with the, Okay, so there's one. And, so you see that one didn't land into the, that one didn't land in the hoppers. So I've paused the timer, and now I'm going to put one minecart into this chest. Like that. Since that one's not going in. So now I unpause the timer and continue the game. Okay. Obviously I need some minecart shooting practice. but I'm going to, I'm going to finish this off. Ha! I got my first back minecart. It's kind of pathetic. Yeah. So, as you can see, the idea is that you shoot all the minecarts, and then, as you saw earlier, that's how you need to deal with the ones that don't fall into the hoppers. Okay. Hold on. How do I cheat this? But anyway, so the timer over here is your time. As you can see, it's almost full up, and I haven't finished the game because I'm not very good at this anymore. But you get the idea. And yeah, so ideally, I'd show you it finished, but obviously I'm not good enough. So instead, I'm just going to toss my extra minecarts into the chests, like this. Okay. And the signs are just there for show. No. This is going to essentially be like me beating all the minecarts, except it will also break the game. But only if I want to play it again. So, let's see. Come on. Okay, I think that was that. Or no, that was the timer. Come on, when's 20 minecarts happening? Okay, there we go. Okay, it's a little bit glitched, I'll admit it. It's not so great. But you have to admit, this is a very spaghetti-y worthless piece of redstone. So, there's a reason. Okay. So that was a long-winded demonstration, but that's the general idea, and it will work if you actually beat it. But I don't see that happening now. Anyway. Okay. Moving on from that horrible failure. Yes. Bowling. Everyone loves bowling. Bowling for nether stars. Take a ball, try to bounce it into the hole at the end. If it gets in, the light will turn on after a moment. You get three throws each. Best score wins. So, you get 3 throws. So let's see. That was a good throw. There we go. And I missed. And I missed again. So you can see that it's a little bit more difficult than you'd think, but the general idea is that you try and get it so that that happens. Oh. Apparently something has changed in Minecraft. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Or is it just a fluke? Nope. Okay. So I'm going to have to move that forward a bit in the future, but here's the idea. See, the light turns on, and then it turns off. Pretty simple. I'm not sure why I'm getting quite so much lag. It's probably because of this old dinosaur. Everything okay? Everything okay here? I'm not going to try and explain any of this redstone because, frankly, you don't want to know. But, hopefully it's not causing a whole bunch of lag because that would be annoying. Also, don't worry that I'm messing everything up. I'm going to reset the world after I do this. So this will be a map, moving on. This will be a map of the whole thing. And this is a game of checkers. Checkers. Take some game pieces and play checkers. Pickaxes for picking up blocks. Look it up if you don't know how to play. I know, pretty helpful, right? Yeah. So these are the pieces, and essentially, you play checkers. So, like that. And then you play checkers, and you can actually king you yourself with the slabs. So there you go. That's checkers. And there are more pieces in here. Over here, Did I miss something? Yes, I did. I missed whack-a-mole. How could I miss whack-a-mole? Sorry. Whack-a-mole. This one is a big redstone contraption that's poorly done but actually works. Well, I guess that one does too, but not very well. The wall will rise and fall randomly. Push the button in the front of the wall that is up, and it will retract backwards then down. If you're too slow, it won't. When you finish, the lights will flash. To reset, hit the reset button. So, you can see that I've already gotten one because of my outstanding skill and intellect. It's random, totally random. So, although it does seem that these two on the ends go up a little less often. But anyway, the idea is that you hit the button in front of the block that goes up, and it will retract backwards and you'll get it. Come on, orange one. Yeah. And if you're too slow or too quick, then it doesn't work. Come on, that blue one's just taunting me. Yeah, so, any day now, orange one. Hello, orange one. I did see it go up. I know. Aha. Good, okay. And now I'll just wait for this one. I'm doing this extremely skillfully, by the way. And there you can see the lights flash, and now we can hit the reset button. There we go. So, then there's always the nether star on the stick. So over here is a maze. The maze, in fact. It's a maze. Race to the end or something. Yeah. Nothing too complicated here. I guess I'll zoom out if you want, but it goes underground, so most of it's not actually there. You can see that there's an impassable wall somewhere. Yeah, right here. You can't get past this point without going underground, so I'm not really showing off a whole lot. Yeah, and then there's just a restaurant. I hear those are sometimes in theme park. Happy Host Diner, home of the best treated employees ever. Yeah, there's a working fridge with cookies and a bunch of other stuff. Ferni, a host, and then and then employees only room, which is very good. Yeah, well treated to the max. Anyway, yeah, and then there's a shed over there with nothing in it, and we're moving on to the good stuff. So, running race. This is basically just a race that you run, start on the starting line, pretty straightforward. Run in the direction of the arrow after a countdown. Yeah, the race is 5 laps long. First person to do those laps wins. There's a bunch of cool stuff here. As you're running, you'll hit these things, or you might not, but there's a speed boost thing. Gold pressure plates are good. I think iron pressure plates are bad, or wooden ones maybe. No, wooden ones are bad. See, if you run over this, it puts a water block in front of you, which slows you down. In here are little buffs or debuffs to throw at you or the other player, and there's a little thing over here where if you hit the pressure plate, it'll retract the water, and then you can put it back in your enemy's face or opponent's face. These ones do the same thing as the water ones, just with a little bit more violence. This one is a big stream of water. Good stuff. This one is painful. And then when you get past, if your enemy or opponent is running behind you, then pow! Yeah. So, after that, there's this jump here. If you miss it, it's okay, but if you get it, you get to bounce off the slime block and skip this ladder, which you have to go up if you do miss it. There's an easier one over here. See, like that. Otherwise, you have to take the ladder. And then ice, and then that's a lap. But, unfortunately, that's the entire episode's length of video right there. And in fact, I have another episode's length of recording as well. So, hopefully you enjoyed this showcase, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.